Hi guys, welcome to my first vlog on grocery shopping tips. Being a university student who enjoys cooking, I know that being on a budget while eating fresh and having variety can be very difficult. So I wanted to share some tips on grocery shopping that I've learned from friends, online, and from my own experience. So the topic for this first vlog will be about saving money while buying meats. My first tip is to kind of buy in bulk. No matter if you're living alone or with a roommate, buying meat in bulk is a great way to save money. However, you might be thinking, if you live alone, it will take forever to finish all the meat, and I don't want to eat the same cut of meat day after day. So to avoid this issue, there are some things to keep in mind. Number one is remember to focus on buying versatile and basic cuts of meat, like a pork chop or chicken thighs. Because these cuts are most common, it gives you more recipes to choose from. And because it's so flexible, you can always substitute the meat from the recipe for these cuts as well. While the texture may not be perfect, the taste will still be great nonetheless. Aside from ground beef, most meats can also be kept frozen for over 6 months to a year and still be safe to eat. So there is no rush in finishing your bulk. Of course, you are not forced to finish all your frozen meat before purchasing new ones. So even if you buy specific cuts of meat for certain recipes that you crave or you want to try, like 2 or 3 times a week, you will still be saving money in the long run. On the topic of cuts of meat, my next tip is that on most occasions, chicken thighs can be much better than chicken breast. Chicken thighs are cheaper than chicken breasts, and they taste much more tender and juicier when cooked. I would say 8 out of 10 times, chicken thighs can replace breast in recipes, and it will probably taste much better. Thighs like drumsticks are considered dark meat, which has more fat compared to white meat, much like how bone-in wings taste better than boneless wings, which are essentially chicken breast. So if you want to save some money and have softer and more tender chicken in your dishes, please give chicken thighs a try. Another tip is that you can most likely buy the same meats at a much cheaper price if you shopped at night. Because stores have to close and they want to get rid of their inventory as much as possible, most stores provide deep discounts to attract customers. These discounts are not limited to cheaper cuts like ground beef or beef trimmings. I myself have snagged multiple prime steak cuts at 50% discount as well. So if you have the time and wouldn't mind taking a gamble and going to the grocery store later in the day, you might just be able to find great cuts of meat at a much cheaper price point. My last tip in buying meats is to familiarize yourself with a different type of cuts. This can save you money if utilized well and will improve your overall dish. Most cuts of beef fit into 4 ways of preparation: pan-fried, sear/grilled, roast, or braise/stew. For example, steak cuts like sirloin or tenderloin taste best if seared/grilled, but would be a waste if cooked in a stew, due to its high fat content and tenderness. There are also variations of this in pork, chicken, but I would say since beef is the most expensive and researched, you should start out learning the common cuts of beef. Having a good understanding of what the common cuts of meat are and how to cook them, later on you can substitute the cuts in recipes with cheaper alternatives that taste almost the same.